from where we have been, which is we've been up to this point a manufacturer. Now, we always bought our big equipment, IBM or whoever, but we manufactured the technology solutions that we delivered to our customers. We wrote the code. Most of the time, in the early days, we literally did everything from the ground up. But little by little, that shifted. If we think of how much raw development we're actually doing today, it's severely diminished. There are organizations that have policies now where they refuse to do anything but COTS, commercial off the shelf, that's all they'll buy. And there's even some that are going as far as saying zero customization. Configure, out of the box, we want nothing. What's really interesting is that this is who we have been. But as this transition happened, where we were buying more software and configuring it, our customers started to see us for who we really had become. And that is, we were a retailer. But here's the problem. We're still structured and we still operate like we're a manufacturer. Now, I hope that you can kind of see the challenges with that. So imagine walking into your favorite retail store and they were run like a manufacturing plant. How good of a customer experience would that be? That's what our customers get most of the time. Because we are operating as a retail organization in terms of the services that we're providing and, most importantly, the expectations that our customers have of their relationship and their experience with us. And yet we are structured and operate like a manufacturer. And if we think about this transition from seeing ourselves as manufacturers to seeing ourselves as retailers, that brings with it massive change. A massive restructuring of how we operate, of how we structure ourselves, the policies we have in place. It also means we end up having to develop a whole bunch of new capabilities. Supply chain management, product management, merchandising, customer experience management. These are terms that we don't even talk about in IT today. But if we think about the paradigm of being a retailer, we think about how we need to be providing services to our customers based on the expectations they have. And by the way, you can say that that's not a fair comparison or a fair expectation, but you know what? They don't care. That's how they are interacting with technology. That is the experience they're used to. They walk into Apple stores, and that's the experience they want here. So that's what you're up against. It's a retail model. And that means that we have all of this that has to change. But it's also not that simple. If we think about retail, we start to realize that there's really a couple different paradigms within that. Right? One is the Walmarts of the world, the low-cost suppliers. That if we think about what they're about, they're all about efficiency, supply chain, wringing every dollar out of something. And then at the other end of the spectrum, you have that high-touch provider. We see them in fashion. We see it in high-end retail. We see it in high-end electronics. It's all about the experience, about this very high touch. Now think about those two extremes. Do you think those two companies, if you were being brought in and someone, your rich uncle, gave you one of these companies, do you think that you would hire the same kinds of people with those two organizations? Would you train them the same way? Would you have the same policies, like how you accept returns, how long you accept them? Nordstrom's in the U.S. has this famous policy that they will take anything back. There's a story, actually, of one of their stores in Seattle where they accepted for return a pair of snow tires, snow tires. Nordstrom's is their clothing store. They've never sold tires. They took them back because the building they were in used to be owned or run by a tire company that sold tires. So they took it back because their relationship with their customer trumped everything. You think Walmart's going to do that? No. Is that wrong? Is it right? No. They have two different customers. Their customers value things differently. Therefore, they have to organize and operate themselves differently. So when we start thinking about this and we start seeing this difference, we come to this point, this road that we were talking about, that IT really has to choose. This road of us trying to be everything to everyone has come to an end. And so we have to decide, are we what I call a strategic sorcerer, a la Walmart, where our customer cares about supply chains. Really, it's about efficiency. Now, there are companies like this, there are organizations like this, where we're not going to see strategic value from our technology investments. I was walking around a lake with a guy who's now a senior VP at a Fortune 500 company, and I was advising this about 8 years ago.